Hello everyone, I am Husham Alrumhie, founder of the Global Peaceful Human Project, the Global Government. Welcome in the third episode. In this third episode, I would like to speak about three things. I would like to speak about the pandemics, diseases, and how they change the history of the human being on this planet. And also, I would like to speak about the global financial system. And the third point I would like to speak about it, how the global human peaceful project and the global government and Husham Alrumhie can change this world. Is he capable to change it or not? But first of all, I would like to show you one thing. We have a website, and I had the link uh, in this ad, so you may check the link and look at it. It says it's the global welfare aid.org. This is a website for us, and this is supposed to be the aid website we're gonna offer to the people. But right now, it's not working. It's also gonna be uh, a mobile app. Okay, we're gonna offer the aids to global citizens through mobile aids, and this will take a little time, maybe a few weeks from now. I'm waiting until people understanding my global project, the global government, which actually, as I said, it's not like normal government we hear about, politics and military government. No, it's just uh, a welfare government, a supporting government, a help government to poor people, poverty, immigrants, refugees, and people that have less opportunities in this life, like the elderly, the students. I would like to help them more to improve their living status. If you went to this website, you find the green link. It says to read more about the global government, click here. So this is the blue link, click. So you click on it and you come to the website. It's in two languages, in Arabic and English. You can read it. You can have more idea about our global welfare aid, and also you can know more about the global peaceful human project, the global government. And as you see, this is information about us, and then you can find our goals. We have main goals, and also we have other goals, so you can check them and look at them if you are in a rush to know more. But in my episodes here, I would describe each goal of my project, a global project goal, in details. So you may browse this website if you have some time, if you need to know more. We're talking about our global money we're thinking of, and also we are talking how what's the value of it and how it's going to be, how people we're going to use it. So it's going to be through mobile app, and also we're saying that we are not a government like any government. We don't take taxes. We are only a welfare government. We support people, we help people, we to improve their living status, and they cover some expenses and so on. Also, we are thinking of united the whole planet, so to support the peace, as we are thinking that this planet is supposed to be one country, as I explained in the second episode, and this is the way we're gonna do it. So we're gonna issue some type of documents, nationality documents for the planet, and I will discuss it later in one of my episodes. And here it says download the app of the exchanging aids between the global citizens, but right now the app is not here, and so it's just to give you an idea about it, how it's going to be. Also, we have the contacts, and also you may find here we have a link to Facebook. You can go to our page at Facebook, and also we have a YouTube channel. So from here you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. This is what I wanted to say. Now, I will go back to the main issue in my project. I will talk about the pandemics, how they change history. The second point, we're going to talk about the global financial system, and also we're going to talk about the capability of the Global Peace for the Human Project, the global government, Husham Alrumhie, to change this word or not. We'll discuss these things. Now, first of all, I will talk about pandemics, and we understand one thing, that there is a few pandemics in the human history. They change the way, they change the governing system, they change our religions, they change our financial systems. One of these pandemics was the black just a minute, let me open Plague of Athens. Yes, Plague of Athens is a pandemic hits the global citizens in old Athens, 450 before the Christ, and this pandemic almost killed 40% of the human over there, and but in that time, Athens was a democratic country or civilization, and after the pandemic, people starting to feel that God is punishing us because of the way we govern ourselves. So starting divided to cities instead of united themselves. Then wars become the civil war. Started between them, and then they lost the whole empire. But after this pandemic, a new governing system, which is the capitalism system, started by very rich people, and the new system raised. So the pandemic changed from democracy to capitalism governing system. This is one about the pandemic in Athens. The second pandemic I would like to speak about it. It is the Justinian pandemic. And Justinian pandemic, it's a Malaysian one. It started at 540 after the Christ until 690, about 150 years. In that time, this pandemic hit the shore cities in India, the Arabian Gulf states, and also the Arabian country, and also the Persian Empire, which affected the caravans trade system they used to have at that time. And luckily, Muhammad was sent as a messenger to there, and he started the new religion, and with justice and offering for people donations here and there. We call it zakah, giving, from taking from rich, giving the poor, which people like it, that they feel they are like solidarity as one community. And this pandemic also affected the Persian and the Byzantine Roman Empire military forces. I mean, because it hits the young men who are capable to hold the arm and join the armies. So it was easy for the Muslims to defeat them and to set the foundation of their empire. Justinian pandemic set the foundation of the Islamic State, and vanished the Persian and the Byzantine empires. The third pandemic I would like to speak about it is the Black Death, which hit the Europe. It hit Europe in the 14th century. It hits Europe in the 14th century, and like I said, a lot of people died there. People starting, I mean, when people affected by a pandemic, a disease, they went to churches, they went to to doctors and to the nice people to take care of them. So many of the priests and many of the doctors, the good people over there, they died. So people started to saying what type of religion we are following. If the priest is dying and the bad people, as they are running away and hiding in woods and things like that, they are survived. So people start to change their beliefs in the Christianity religion. This pandemic, after 100 years of this pandemic, the Enlightenment age started, and also later on 100 years, the Industrial Revolution never started. This pandemic was the turning point between Europe and the Middle East. Usually, before the pandemic, the Arabian was the super people in this planet, while Europe are in dark ages, and also but after this, Europe start to redeveloping themselves after 100, 200 years, and they become more power than and more modern than the Middle East states over there. One thing should mention, because of this pandemics, many young men died also, and then this means there was shortage of labor, and the capitalism system started after this pandemic, and because there was a shortage of workers, so the worker was valuable. It's up to him to work here or there, who's paying more, and so on. So this this pandemic was the reason of started the capitalism in Europe. The fourth one, the fourth pandemic I would like to speak about it is the French flu, the Spanish flu. Actually, it's a French flu, but historically they name it as a Spanish flu because this pandemic hit. This disease hits in 1918 during the First War, the First World War, and Spanish wasn't involved in this war. So there were the Spanish media was following up with this flu in the news, so people name it as a Spanish flu. Anyway, millions dies in this flu, but one of the main reason, United States, I think in 1913, they established the Federal Bank Reserve to issue the dollar. We know it right now, and after this pandemic, the financial city of London is, the global financial system was in London, and it was moved slowly to New York. So New York became the main global financial city to the world. This pandemic changed. What I'm saying is pandemics are changing things in our world. Right now we are in Corona. We are almost 10 months in Corona. People expecting that we will definitely will find a cure. I don't wanna, but it will take a few months more, maybe 2 or 3 years. And definitely our world will not be the same after Corona like it were before Corona. Many changes will happen, maybe in the political side, maybe in the economic side, maybe in the financial side. Maybe one empire will rise, new empire will rise, as empires we know, super countries we right now will crash economically, financially, and we cannot stand. We don't know yet. I don't want to say something to panic the world, but actually researchers are thinking of. But you need to know, the world, it's not the international communities, it's not the governments. This world controlled by the people who owns the money. We call them the money lords, which are most of them the founders of the American Federal Bank, Reserve Bank. These people, two types, some of them are concerned about the profits, some concerned about to conquer and master the worlds and governments and so on. Right now, This was the pandemics. This is what I want to say, that pandemics change us. It's not the same after like before. So with this, I will move to the second point. I would like to speak about the financial system in this world. The financial system in the global financial system right now having some problems. I mean, people think that the dollar will not survive. They are saying. Why? Because the dollar started. I mean, the Federal Reserve started in 1913. Then, after the Second World, they, they made they made a deal with Europe countries and most of the world that the dollar will be the global standard for each currency or government for each other government currencies. Uh, but in the 70s, the dollar was backed up by the gold, but in the 70s it wasn't backed up, and the Federal Reserve Bank started printing dollars without any backup, just printing money, print money. But the backup of this money was the influence of the United States, the superpower of this country. And to solve this problem, they started to export the dollar from to be used inside the United States to the global countries slowly. Right now, we reached all the world are using the US dollar, except two countries, the Iranian one and North Korea, which are not a big market for it. So what's next? M- 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 Many of the financial experts, if you check at the website, if you check on the internet, you will find is the dollar. They are saying the dollar is the bubble. I mean, one day it will blow up, and until then, this system is shaking right now. Is shaking. This is what they are saying. They are expecting any time the financial system will fall down. I'm not saying this to give a panic to or scare everyone. No, you can check it by yourself and build your opinion about it. Don't take my word for guarantees. But I have also my own points to myself that they're expecting that the dollar will fall down. The dollar falling down, I mean collapse. The global financial system will crash because everybody are using the dollar. Some saying that should be any time right now. I would like also to say something about the national debts. The national debts, I mean the government debts in this planet is a huge number. It's about the national debts is, as you see here, it's a $300 trillion. The government is $200 trillion. So government will welcome anyone to help them, to help their citizens. The governments are not a problem. If for someone wish to help or issue a new global currency or whatever it is, but they need some help because government are taking in their shoulders to improve their citizens' living standards and conditions for the better. But actually, the money lord in this planet, they won't accept it because, like I said, some of them looking for more profit, some are looking for more mastering and more conquering the other this planet. But the depths of the planet is huge, $300 trillion, and this is a big number. I want to show you another thing. The United States debts. United States debts also is a very huge. You know, it is about it's about $27 trillion, and each month right now the United government are borrowing from the Federal Reserve 1 billion, 1 trillion. I mean, but actually this is the government debts. But actually, the United States have other debts to be paid for the health sector, interior health sector. They have the education health sector, the factories, military factories, building weapons to the United States. So the actual number they are saying, and this is an American numbers, not my numbers, it's 135 trillion, which are very huge. if the trillion, let's say it's about 25 trillion, and the actual it's about 125, this means the global debts it's more actually than 300 trillion dollars. At least it will be a lot of hundreds more than they are saying. But as I said, the United States is money is a bubble. This is what he's saying. The United States now just bringing money back up without nothing, just because it's a super country. Okay, someone, the London bank mayor said once that the financial system we have are producing money from air, from nothing. And this is a hoax. This is what the mayor of London, what bank, what he's saying about our financial system now. One day the system will fall. And actually, we will be ready for the next system? What is the global money? I mean, if the dollar fall, it's a big problem for this world, because the economy and the financial system will be shocked and crashed, and everybody will lose a lot of maybe their savings and so on. But like I said, experts saying it's a bubble. It's money printing from the air, from nothing. And we know one day this money will crash, but I don't know. Today, tomorrow, next month, they're saying 2021 spring, maybe it will the crash will happen. We don't know yet, but we should be ready. Some of the people try to issue a global currency to replace the dollar. One of them was Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook man. This man wanted to issue the Libra. Okay, this man wanted to issue the Libra money and use it in Facebook. Facebook has 2 billion users. So if these 2 billion users will use the Libra money and not the dollar, this will shake the financial system of the world. This is why they stopped him. Mark Zuckerberg, they brought him early this year, I think, because I watched it, to the Congress, and they really, in a way, they punish him. If you issue this thing, you will be punished. So the man changed his mind, and he didn't started a global currency, the Libra, because the money lords, founders of the Federal Reserve Bank in the United States, they won't accept it. They won't accept anyone to issue a global currency to replace the dollar. By this is the currency the Libra was Mark planning to issue it, and he couldn't make it. In fact, I wrote in his Facebook, in this letter, you will not make it. They will not allow you. Now I come to the third point of this episode. Is Hisham, the global peaceful human being, the global government, can do what he's promising in the goals and the targets he wishes to reach with his global project? For me, I believe it's only take one person to change this planet, but he need to have some knowledge about what he's talking about, and he needs to be he need to be doing this for the good reasons of it, not for profit, not for conquering the world or making a lot of profit. So it's only take one person to change this planet. For me, the global government is not like any government, as I mentioned. It's not political, it's not military government. In fact, it's a welfare government. It is a supporting government. It's a giving government to improve poor people, poverty people, refugees, immigrants, elder people, students, to cover their expenses, to improve their life, to have a better standards of living than they're having now. Close to the people are living in a modern cities and countries in our world today. So there is a good reasons in here. I'm not looking for a profit. I'm not looking for a position. I'm not looking for uh, uh, mastering. I don't have a power. I don't have an army. I just want to help this person. I mean, the individual in this planet. Also, I'm planning to have my own currency, and I mean, which is legally. If I register, like I said in the second episode, in a Scandinavian country, I can, as a global peaceful human project, to issue my own currency. Uh, Mark Facebook, he wanted to register his Libra and money in uh, Swiss. To me, no. I think I will choose another country, maybe Norway, I think, and then and issue it slowly. I mean, because we are not like Facebook, right? We are just slowly we make it, but by the time we will reach everyone. By the time we will reach everyone. But we have the good meanings. We have the justice for all. I'm not saying I will help my own people, my Arabs people, my no. I'm helping everyone globally. Whoever applied, he can take this welfare support and improve his living. I issued. Now I spoke about the 3 points I want to pocket. Yes, we are capable to change the world because, like I said, if you have one unique, primary idea, you can build something new. It only need a man and one unique idea. It's supposed to be good idea, peace, human, justice and fair for everyone. Good reasons. For good reason, you do it for good reasons, not for position, for mastering the world, for making a lot of profit. No, uh, I'm planning to do it for the good of it, and that's it. Thank you for watching this episode. In the next episodes, I will try to continue talking about our goals, goal by goal. Each episode, this episode took a little long, but I needed to explain that we are in Corona. We will be different than after Corona. Everybody's thinking. Every money lords, they're thinking about their interests and what's going to be their planning. I mean, governments, the international communities are doing their plannings, and also Husham Alrumhie, the Global Peaceful Human Project, the global government, which, like I said, it's not a government, military government or political government. No, it's a welfare government. Are planning, and I'm willing and capable to do it and help those less opportunities in this planet. Thank you for your time. Watch us in the next episode. Bye for now.